Hello and welcome here to round 15 of the Craftsman Cup Series. We are at Old Spice Raceway, the 8-turn track that you always used to see in the fantasy tracks on the old EA NASCAR games. And someone has made a brilliant rendition of this track, and you can see how unbelievably wide it is. We can see cars going 7 abreast going into the first corner. Qualifying was done yesterday. And as you can see, the Morgan McClure Motorsports driver of Zachary Fitzwater, he will put his Chevrolet on the pole position, and he was 1,000th of a second quicker than Sam Oskin in the Lowe's Chevrolet. And both of them on the front row have already won a CCS race this season. On the second row, we see James Qualls, who fell pretty low in the points after his bad meeting a week ago, and he'll be alongside, if you can just barely see behind Sam Oskin, a bit of black and red. One of the informed drivers so far, well, actually right now, is Ry Hayden. He's just outside the top 10 in the points, recently won a CCS race. He could also be the first driver to win 2 races there. If you can see a little bit further back there, behind the yellow and red where RG Bishop is, behind him, that's where the championship leader is, the black number 28 of Jeremy Tarkos, as he is starting right in the middle of the field on the inside of row 11. So without chit-chatting away, we are going to get all 42 cars moving. And you can see the line there, that is where the start-finish line is. So it's just really on the exit of turn 8. So there's going to be a lot of loss of traction, I think, from some of the drivers. Anyway, the 42 drivers are making their way. Here's the starting grid. Pace car pulling into the pit lane. It's pretty much like halfway through the track is the pace car, and there you can see Zachary Fitzwater is the leader. He can dictate the pace where he likes to go. We're going to keep an eye out here on this last turn, see if drivers will lose a little bit of traction on this racetrack, because like I said, the start finish line is just right on the exit of turn number 8. There is all 42 drivers. Here is the last turn number 8. Here we go. And here we go, the green flag is out. We are underway at Old Spice. Looks like we're all nice and clean here, but Sam Oskin's going for the lead around the outside at turn 1 and does it. What a pass. Sam Oskin then into the lead already, but may have run a little bit wide out of turn 2. And now Fitzwater's going for on the outside. Here's a look at the helicopter cam. And James Qualls is trying to thread the eye of the needle of both Chevrolet drivers. Now Fitzwater is second place. And they're side by side for just a few series of curbs there. Ry Hayden looks like he nearly scraped the wall. Looks like he's going to lose a little bit of momentum there, as he's all as Trick Torger looks like he's under a lot of pressure. Trick Torger dives underneath there with a bit of a lunge and makes the pass. Indeed he does. So yeah, Trick Torger has made the pass on Ry Hayden, but Sam Oskin leads the first lap, and he will get 5 points for him. And he just fell out of the top 10, I believe, in the point. No, I think he's in it. I can't mind exactly. But Oskin leads, and he's led a lap, and he will get 5 bonus points. You know, at the back of the field there, let's see what it all looks like. So all nice and tidy through here. As Trent Dunham has run a little wide. Let's look then at Seth Cole, followed by Matt McLean, and Wes McCall had to Matt McLean had to get a little bit of lift off the throttle there. There is a look at the championship leader as Carson Gum makes a look on the inside of his teammate Diego Espina. And he makes the pass there. Oh, RJ Bishop has had a moment. RJ Bishop has lost a few spots. May have had a bit of help there going into the last turn there. And he is going to fall down right into the path of the championship leader, Jeremy Tacos, as Noah Hart nearly runs right wide. Going into the hairpin now. Noah Hart came across the line in P14. There's the man that's second in the points, Dylan Pulte, running in 12th position. Side-by-side activity going on just ahead of him is Richard Johnson trying to make a pass on the Texas winner, Nathan Hudson. Oh, now then, position change yet again. Ry Hayden back on Trent Torga and makes the pass. So up, he retakes the 5th position. So at the moment, as it is Sam Oskin that leads. Zachary Fitzwater second, James Coles third, Levi McIntyre in 4th. And back into 5th place goes Ry Hayden. 6th is Trent Torgas. Kyle Matthews is 7th. Daniel Wells is in 8th. Daniel Voiles in 9th. And in 10th place is Nathan Hudson. Now Richard Johnson and Dylan Pulte went extremely wide out of the hairpin. May fall into the clutches of Nico Ketchum. But he is okay right there. There's a look at Andy McCrory. Currently sitting in 16th position. He's got Stephen Colon behind him, as well as Jamie Smith. And Jeremy Tarko started 21st. He is still currently in 21st place. But I think he has made a pass on Carsten Gum. I believe he has. Let's have a look further back here through the field. Anything is okay here. Jesse Turner is a lap down nearly. I think he is nearly being a lap down. Yeah. So I think there's been a problem on Jesse Turner, unfortunately. Looks like there's no damage there on the Big Daddy Chevrolet, but it looks like it was an unexpected pit stop there for Jesse. Maybe it was just a slow puncture, I'm not too sure. But he's on the cusp of being a lap down. It's Kyle Matthews maybe thinking a look on the inside of the 66 Trent Torga, thinks better of it. Oh, someone has spun. Oh, and it's Jessica Shelton and Diego Ospina. Off of turn 8. Is that going to bring out a caution? No, it doesn't. Oh, and Stephen Colon has also been spun around too. So that must have been because of a reaction there on lap 6. But no caution. We stay green. So Stephen Colon has been punted out of, I believe it was just inside the top 20. Looks like I thought Trent Dunham had a bit of damage there. But yep, okay, all together now. And Stephen Colon is back running. Looks like there's no damage though on the Melling Racing Ford. As I said, Dylan Young looks like damage as well to Cole Diva. Just noticed that on the driver's side. Look, Cole Divas may have panned the wall. Now then, meanwhile, back up front here, and I tell you what, Levi McIntyre is looking racy. He wants to take 3rd place away from James Qualls as we're hitting lap 7 now out of 50. Oskin still leads. He's led every lap here so far. There he is. There is Samet. Then you got Levi. Then you got Ry Hayden. Daniel Voiles looking quite good there, sitting inside the top 10 in the 9th place. Nathan Hudson, Richard Johnson, Pulte. And there is Jamie Smith. And we did notice there a couple of laps ago, Jamie Smith was behind Stephen Colon. So I'm guessing Jamie may have dumped Stephen Colon out there for position. And it kind of stacked up as well with Diego Ospina and Jessica Shelton as well. So into turn 1 then goes Jamie, running in 17th place now. There is RJ Bishop and Jeremy Tacos now with that moment there with Stephen Colon and Diego Ospina and Jessica Shelton now. He is up into 19th place as Ospina, a bit hot-headed now after the spin from Stephen Colon, is wanting to get by his teammate Carsten Gum for 18th place. Sorry, 20th place, my apologies. Behind you got Wes McCall and Chris Summers, who's actually gaining some momentum as well. He's had a few top 10 finishes as of late. Further behind, Matt McLean making a pass on Noah Cars, and looks like he's trying to bring Matt McIntyre and Brand Disco by, but it looks like Matt McLean has got the job done going into turn 1. Oh, that was close racing, and Noah Cars just holds on just barely holds on to that 29th spot. Further up ahead, though, there was some side-by-side activity going on. It looks like Seth Cole is making a move on Chris Summers. Diego Espino has now passed his teammate. So that puts Diego Espino now into 20th position. There's the championship leader running in 19th place. And there's Christian Martin. Points leader for so many races. There's a look at the pace car. And there's Brandon Ross sitting in 33rd position. So he's worked his way slowly from 37th. Nathan Ormond, as well as Joshua Collard and Charles Sanford. Looks like he's got some damage too. Yeah, he's got some driver's side damage and all. And there is the recovering Stephen Colon, as well as Cole Diva and Dylan Young. And they're having some good racing here. And there is Jesse Turner. Still leading then is Sam Oskin. We're on lap 11 out of 50. Matt McIntyre then in... Levi McIntyre in 4th. Still Ray Hayden in 5th. Looks like there's been a position change. Daniel Voiles has passed Danny Wells. So that is for 8th position now. And Danny Wells now relegated down to P9 and coming under some pressure from his teammate Nathan Hudson. And Jamie Smith actually has got quite a fast car. He's actually closing up on Andy McCrory. And as they go through turn 8, shall we ride on board with a lap of this track here? So we're on board then now with Jamie Smith as he makes his way into turn 1. Hard onto the brakes, down a gear. Here we are, here's turn 2. And then we've got the hairpin coming up in turn 3. Great place to overtake someone. But Andy McCrory has that position protected at all costs. There's a little turn 4. That's a little bit flat out. Turn 5. A little dab on the brakes there. I think the cars are quite heavy steering. There's turn 5. But that's turn 6. This is turn 7 here. Drivers really love that part of the track. And here's turn 8. The last turn. Really hard on the brakes. Now is a lap around Old Spice, and there you can see there is the start-finish line. Now, meanwhile, we've got some more racing up ahead, and it looks like Danny Wells has lost another spot to Nathan Hudson, although he's trying to protect this 9th place. And now Nathan, lots of space there, a lot of, Danny giving his teammate a wide berth into the hairpin. But Danny just gets the traction off the corner and holds on to that 9th place. But he's kind of struggling. Maybe the tyres are starting to wear a little bit thin on the XI Batteries car. He is losing a little bit of ground to himself on Daniel Voiles in that green M&M's Pontiac car. But we've got to keep an eye out here. I heard a squeal of tyres there. Who was that had a squeal of tyres? It was Nico Ketchum. Nico Ketchum has had a little moment out of the hairpin. Are we keeping it green? Yeah, we've kept it green. So another position gain for the championship leader. And looks like Diego Espino nearly gets into his teammate again. So basically all the Roush Racing drivers are basically flirting in. All of them are inside the top 20, I believe. Well, except for Carson Gum, he's sitting in 21st. But all the other Roush Racing drivers are inside the top 20, as Diego Espino looks like he thought he had the job done on his teammate, but hasn't. Can he make the move then going into the hairpin? Really late break, and look how much Diego closes up on Nico. But he keeps it going then. So all cars in single file. We're on to lap 15 out of 20. And it looks like Sam Oskin is still leading the race, but I think Fitzwater is starting to close in on the leader. They are definitely pulling up. Jesse Turner's pulling away. There's a look at Trent Dunham, who's fallen down in 41st place. And his lap time is 2.4 seconds slower than his best lap. So I think these tyres are nearly going off the cliff here, I reckon. Cole Diva Still with that driver's side damage there, you can see quite clearly it's all bent and buckled. Dylan Young down here too, battling with the 42. Then you got the 9 of Stephen Colon, who I think was taken out by Jamie Smith, and Nick Gunther and Charles Sanfer. As you can see, he's got the same damage as what Cole Diva has had. Oh, Brandon Disco was all over the back of the Matt McLean Budweiser Chevrolet car. In fact, he's going to try and make a pass on the outside of the hairpin. He's going to go the long way around. Oh, and there's some smoker tyres, and that's Chris Summers. Chris Summers and Cody Lammers, and I think Seth Cole may have got involved in it too. And Cody is dropping down the order. So too is Chris, trying to recover. There he is. He's got some damage now on his Viagra Pontiac, and front end damage on the 33 machine. Now, has that made the caution come out, or are we still going back to green flags? So have a look at the flag, man. We still keep it green. Okay, then. So we've had two incidents, and the flag man has not decided to bring out the caution flag. They've all kept it together. So there's a couple of replays that we need to look here in case the first caution comes out, which hasn't yet, and we're nearly at about 8 laps away until we're halfway through this race. And Seth Cole now trying to regain his momentum as Matt McIntyre looks like he was trying to make a move on Brandon Disco. That is for 28th position, but not to be. And Brandon will drive away from the 93 and now trying to catch up to the 40 of Seth Cole, who goes really... Oh, we've got pit stops there. If you see at the top of the screen, the leaders in the pits, as well as James Qualls, as well as Levi McIntyre. So who has actually stayed out then? Who has actually stayed out a bit more? And yep, there he is. Zachary Fitzwater stayed out. He is your race leader, and he will get 5 bonus points for leading that lap. Now, will he go into the pits now? And indeed he will. But into the pits then goes Fitzwater, in goes Torga, and in goes McLean and Daniel Voiles, Hudson, Poteet, Michael Norman, Noah Hart, then McCrory, Jamie Smith, RJ Bishop, the leader, the points leader, Diego Spina, Wes McCall, Christian Martin, Shelton, Noah Cars, Matt McLean, Seth Cole. Everyone else that didn't pit the previous lap are all heading in this time by. Look at them all. Look how wide the pits is. I mean, you can't even see because it's underneath a bridge. It's underneath like some sort of a coliseum. Hopefully every driver is going to be okay. Out goes Cole Diva. And more tyres then for Zachary Fitzwater. There's Carson Gum. He is back out on track, but he made a pit stop. As well as Nico Ketchum. He's just fresh out too. And I think the first one out was Danny Wells, I think. No, we've seen Levi McIntyre also in that go out there too. We're just waiting to see where they are. There is Danny Wells. And side by side now is... Oh, wait a minute. I just had a screen. I had someone hitting the wall. I don't know who that could have been, actually, to be fair. I really don't know. Jesse Turner actually did lead a lap, I believe. He got himself about 5 points, but he's already surrendered that lead because Sama Oskin has backed way through. And he's got some right-side damage. Did he may have clipped the barrier on the extra pit lane? I wonder if that's going to hurt the aerodynamics on that low Chevrolet. So Jesse Turner into second place, but he made an early pit stop. James Qualls then looking to go underneath and just really just bombards Jesse Turner out the way and goes into second place. And Jesse there was harshly just dumped by the 88. I mean, you saw it there from the helicopter cam there. Yeah, he was straight up dumped. So Jesse's now being dumped to 4th position. Zachary Fitzwater's under a lot of pressure now from Danny Wells, who's trying to go around the outside. That was turn 3. And now, oh, wow, that's close racing. Then they're going to go 3 wide. Danny Wells really... Oh, Danny's just hit the wall a ton. And he's going to lose a heck of a bunch of spots. Through goes Richard Johnson. Ray Hayden's going through too. That's a lot of damage there on the 99. As Ray Hayden looks like he's going to try and attempt to pass on. This time it's a lot more cleaner what Ray did instead of what James Qualls had done. But now we've got a bit of a stack up now. Oh, and the caution is out. The caution is out, I believe. Yeah, the cars are all slowing down. Caution is out. And I don't know who that could have been. But yeah, we're going to have a look at a replay to see what happened to the 9 car and what happened to the... I can't remember who else it was as well. But anyway, caution is out for the first time today here on lap number 20. So here, this is what happened. So this is what happened here on lap 5 with Stephen Colon, and it is at the last corner here. And you can see Jamie Smith coming from a long way away, gets into the 9 car and just completely dumps him. He just dumps Stephen Colon out of the way, really. And then I think this kind of made a little bit of a stack up with the 97 and as well as the 94. And and it was also with Matt McIntyre too. My apologies. I thought Diego Espina had something to do with it. No, it wasn't. It was Matt McLean must have got into the 94. And look at that. They just briefly went 5 wide. And Brand Tedesco's gone really slow off of the corner. The one that got away quickly, though, was Jessica Shelton. So, yeah, that's what happened there at turn 8 that didn't bring out the caution on lap... Well, that was on lap 5 what happened. Let's see what happened further on. I can't remember who it was again. I've actually found who it was. It was Nico Ketchum, and this was just a carbon copy of what Jamie Smith did to Stephen Colon. And Noah Hart here just really late braking and just gets into the 16 and just dumps him. Now, we saw what happened at Papyrus as well when Noah Hart got involved in 2 accidents, both of them that he made, and he got a free race probation. Hopefully he's not going to get in trouble again, but there you go. It was just a harmless slide from Nico Ketchum, and that didn't bring out the caution. Now we want to see what did actually bring out the caution at lap 20. And this was the one that brought out the caution, then going on the exit of turn 8. It looks like it's the problem turn here. Brand Tedesco gets into the back of Stefan Papies, and Nathan Ormond basically just spins around the 11 car. And this is what bring out the caution, because Brandon was in the middle of the track. Gunther just misses him. So too does Matt McIntyre. It was just a spin right in front of the traffic, and that was the reason why the caution came out for. We didn't see it on Jamie Smith on Stephen Colon because Colon spun his car out of harm's way, the same of the 16 car. But that is what happened there because he was on oncoming traffic. And that's why, as you can see there, the flagman waving the yellow flag. So that is what the reason why the cautions came out on in the first place. We already seen drivers make green flag pit stops, my apologies. So we'll get back to the green flag. Well, I see that. It looks like there is a bit of a problem on, well, no, it looks like they're going to make another pit stop. They only made about 4 pit stops. Jesse Turner's heading in. Looks like he's out of fuel. It looks like the 41 may be out of fuel. No, he's just keeping going. My apologies. Yeah, the 99 is also in, but to inspect the damage, what he did on the battery, the XI batteries forward. I think someone else has also went into the pits. Brandon Ross is also in for some reason. We can't see any camera angles because it's just a horrible place for a pit stop. Brandon Ross is in. Oh, Diego Espina's got some damage too. Diego Espina has a bit of damage. Look at that. The front is... And he's out. Espina's out of the race. Carson Gum has also got damage too in the DeWalt Ford. What's happened there? We're gonna have a look at this. Oh, and this is what happened to poor Diego Ospina. It was just a stack up. They were going the field were all going into turn 1 because the pace car came out, collected the field, and then they had to get all stacked up. And you can see, look, there's the line of cars, and yeah, it was just Bishop gets into the 17, 20 gets into the 5, and you can see just everyone just stacks up. And there you can see Jamie Smith hitting there, and he's got a lot of damage on the Citgo Ford too. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw Diego Espina could be out of the race, but it wouldn't surprise me too if Jamie Smith is also out of the race. But it was a complete and utter stack up on the exit of turn 1. And you can see Wes McCall's Pontiac is also a little bit crumpled as well. But that car might be good enough to still be continued. But however, the 97 and the 21 cars are definitely locked. Let's get back to the green flag. Oh, and this is what happened to poor Diego Ospina. It was just a stack up. They were going, the field were all going into turn 1 because the pace car came out, collected the field, and then they had to get all stacked up. And you can see, look, there's the line of cars. And yeah, it was just, Bishop gets into the 17, 20 gets into the 5, and you can see just everyone just stacks up. And there you can see Jamie Smith hitting there, and he's got a lot of damage on the Citgo Ford too. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw Diego Espina could be out of the race, but it wouldn't surprise me too if Jamie Smith is also out of the race. But it was a complete and utter stack up on the exit of turn 1. And you can see Wes McCall's Pontiac is also a little bit crumpled as well. But that car might be good enough to still be continued. But however, the 97 and the 21 cars are definitely locked. Let's get back to the green flag. Welcome back then here to Old Spice Raceway. Some interesting racing going on. Interesting tactics as well that's been going on as well. You can see the safety car is going to pull into the pits. And we're going to get back to the green flag. So Sam Oskin surrendered the lead by making a pit stop during the caution. So that means James Qualls will inherit the race lead, and he will be behind him, sorry, is Levi McIntyre, Fitzwater in third, Ry Hayden in fourth, fifth is Richard Johnson, sixth is Trek Torga, Daniel Voiles in seventh, Trent Dunham is running in 40th place, he's running a lap down, 8th place is Kyle Matthews, 9th is Nico Ketchum, and Michael Norman completes the top 10. We're back underway under the green flag. Oh, and RJ Bishop may have got a little tap, and round goes Matt McIntyre. Matt McIntyre, and that the cautions come out again. Matt McIntyre spun on the restart, and the caution flag is out again for the second time. Well, these drivers have hit the caution, but they'll be racing back here to the line. All of these drivers are. And looks like Levi McIntyre is going to hold station here and he'll keep himself into second place. Oh, is he? Is he challenging for the lead? I'm not too sure. But they are all racing back here to the line as Nathan Hudson, look at the damage there on the Valvoline Ford there, as Christian Martin goes around the outside. Will he get the speed off the turn? No, he can't. And now the safety car, pace car again, gets the leader there. But Matt McIntyre spun coming to the green flag. He must have got a bit of help. Let's see what happened. So the flagman then waves the green flag, and you can see everybody all trying to get the position. Oh, good TV camera angle there. And let's see just what happens. Is this a case of Nathan Norman getting into someone yet again and spinning him out? I think it is, you know. He already spun out the 11 car, and he's going to spin out the 93. So Nathan Norman's going to be very, very careful here, because if he does that another time, he's going to probably go to the race stewards. He probably will be going into the race stewards there just to calm down. We're not even halfway through the race, but as you can see, the flagman waving the caution flag for that little spin from Matt McIntyre. And I think I have also just been told that the crew chief of the 25 team and Nathan Norman will have to be going to the big red truck to be sorted out here, because that's now 2 times the 25 has spun someone out at the same corner. Well, that was probably the quickest green flag that we ever seen on that little spell there. Anyway, the pace car is heading back into the pits. Hopefully, everyone's going to be okay out of that. What seems to be a tricky turn 8 with that very tight hairpin. We're going to be exactly into the second half of the race now, and James Qualls still has the lead. Second place is Levi McIntyre. Third is Zachary Fitzwater. Fourth is still Ry Hayden. Richard Johnson in fifth. Trent Torga sixth. Daniel Voiles seventh. Don't forget there, Trent Dunham is now in 38th place. He was 40th on the last restart. He's gained a couple of spots. 8th place is Kyle Matthews. 9th place is Nico Ketchum. And Dylan Pulte is in 10th. Jeremy Tackles there. His car is quite badly damaged. He's running in 11th place. Are we all good? Are we all good? Anyone spinning background? Looks like we are all okay. A couple of drivers did pit during the caution. Michael Norman and Nova Cars, they all pitted during that caution. There is RJ Bishop nearly slinging his back end there on Dylan Pulte. Doing a lot of innuendos, I've just noticed there too. But then anyway, the whole field there making their way into the hairpin. And let's have a look further forward here. Still James Qualls then holds on to the lead. Now then, Kyle Matthews has got to try and get by the lapped car of Trent Dunham. I think, was that someone going into the pits? Yes, someone is, and that's Jeremy Tackles, the championship leader, going into the pits. I think someone else has joined him too. I think that was Noah Hart in the 18. Now, meanwhile, oh God, really late on the brakes here is Cody Lammers in the 33. Looks like he is okay. I've also noticed there that Cole Diva doesn't have a bonnet on his car, on his Bell South mobility machine, as well as a few others as well. I think Carson Gum doesn't have one. Danny Wells doesn't have one. So there must have been another stack up prior to the, or just during the second caution, I'm afraid. Charles Sanford there trying to driving it in really deep in that, the first of the two hairpins around here, as Nathan Ormond, he's got to be a good boy here from now on, Nathan Ormond, as he tries to protect his 20th place on Cody Lamas, in which he has done successfully. And it looks like we're all good here so far. Let's see if there's any movement and shakers then through the field. Oh, out again goes Michael Norman. Michael Norman down in 34th place. We did see him fighting in, well, trying to get into the top 10, but looks like he's made an unexpected pit stop as well. There's the championship leader, Jeremy Tackles, down in 33rd place. Also there with Seth Cole. That's a battle for position as Dylan Young puts his Penske forward into the pits. In fact, he's coming out of the pits right now. And he is going to come out just behind Seth Cole and Jeremy Tackles. And as well there is Noah Hart. And there's Danny Wells trying to have a battle with Gran Tedesco. And he thinks about making a lunge into the hairpin. Oh, Andy McCrory there had a huge dab on the brakes on the last corner. Now then, Nathan Orman then having a look on the inside then of Wes McCall. Oh, and nearly gets tagged from the rear from Cody Lamas. And Cody's teammates actually challenging Christian Martin. This is a good drive actually, this from Nick Gunther. He started 41st. He's up into 16th place, so he's drove through the field quite well, his Nick Gunther. He's also flirting for a place in the top 10 in the drivers' points after this race. Of course, round 16 as we're going to Talladega, and then we've got Homestead, Texas, Atlanta, and then the finale. So we're into the finale is in Joltis. So we're going in after this race. We're coming in then to the last quarter of the championship as through goes Nick Gunther on Christian Martin. But you can see there the back end of Christian's Ford is quite a bit beaten up. More cars there, but they're beaten up there. And you can see the 6 and the 5 and the 94. Oh, yeah, all did well there just to avoid that there. Now then, meanwhile, still Trent Dunham there, and looks like the 88 then still holding the lead, followed by the 90 and the 4. Jessica Shelton nearly gets into RJ Bishop. And Jessica Shelton, who was slightly involved in that incident with Stephen Cole back at lap 5, she's actually worked up to 13th place now. So that's great there from Jessica. Trying to go around the outside of RJ through turn 2. And she'll have the inside for the hairpin. That's a great move if she can make it stick. Hugs the white line. That's a great pass. So up into P12 now goes Jessica. Although RJ sliding his Chevrolet. Yeah, I think Jessica's got the position now. Stefan Papier has taken a different line out of turn 7. Still side by side though. The 5's not giving it up. But he'll probably have to surrender that spot now. And through now goes into 12th place. Goes Jessica Shelton. That was a great pass and that was all timed going into turn 2. She made the move right here. And then that was all she wrote, really. Meanwhile, back up here, battling here now. Let's ride on board then with Daniel Hoyles, who missed out on a win a week ago at Kentucky. There he is, having a solid race. Back again in the top 10. Now then, really hard on the brakes into turn 8. Oh, has to get on the brake there just a bit there. Doesn't want to damage his M&M's Pontiac. Through turn 1 he goes. There's turn 2. Now into the hairpin. Too far back to make a lunge on Richard Johnston. Zachary Fitzwater running a little wide out of that turn 3. This is turn 4, flat out. Here's 5. There's turn 6. Then you've got the long bank. Right hand, turn 7. And then you've got turn 8 coming up right now. Now, has Ry Hayton got the position on Zachary Fitzwater? No, he doesn't. And we're still no position change then whatsoever. Such a really nice track it is. I actually do enjoy this track. Oh, Voiles now looking racy. Just gets into the rear of Richard Johnson. And Kyle Matthews then, as he finally got by the one of Trent Dunham. Oh, I tell you what, Nathan Hudson was nearly going off on the grass there. Now Jessica Shelton, she wants to try and get the 6 car by. And Kyle Matthews has finally got by the lap car of Trent Dunham. So there's a look at Michael Norman now. Oh, side by side there. This is for positions, I believe. Yep, Jeremy Tarkles. He's sitting in 32nd spot. And Dylan Young, he's got the inside here. This is turn 3. And that is a position change right there. So Dylan Young moves now into 32nd place. Oh, Tarkles. Oh, my apologies. That was a hiccup. My apologies there. There's a look at Danny Wells, and his car is a bit beaten up now. He did qualify inside the top 10 in 6th, but he's down now in P29 because of that nasty hit that he took. Charles Sanford in 28th, Carson Gum 27th, Brandon Disco in 26th, and look how beaten up Cole Diva's car is though, but it's still running in 25th position. Not for long, he's going into the pits now. Oh, as well as Ry Hayden. So it looks like the leaders are making the pit stop. Anyone else stayed out? I don't know if anyone else has stayed out. Yeah. Oh, and look at this. Battle for 2nd spot now. Fitzwater on Levi McIntyre. And if they're not going to be careful, the 66 may have a part in this too. Has Zachary got the traction off of the hairpin of turn 3? They're side by side through 4. Now into turn 5. Little dab on the brakes. Here's 10-6 now. Qualls is into the pits. Levi's in the pits. Trek Targel's also in the pits. A load of drivers in the pits. But Fitzwater stays out and does another lap. So in they all come. In goes Trent. In goes everybody. Cody Lama stays out. So too does Nathan Norman. So too does Nick Gunther. And Danny Wells then. They're all coming out to the pits. This is quite a dangerous pit exit there. Good awareness there from some of the drivers there, as Nick Gunther is not going to get by the 99 car. So meanwhile, the leader then, Zachary Fitzwater, but he's got Cole Diva, who's got fresher tyres than him, is all over the back of him, nearly gets into him. But I think this has got to be the lap time where Fitzwater's got to come into the pits. Oh, wow, that was imperatively close there to the 42. I think Nick Gunther's also going to come in as well as Nathan Ormond. Yep, indeed they come. In they all come. Chris Summers doesn't have a bonnet as well. I've just noticed there too. I think he also spun as well, and I forgot to see the replay what happened to Chris Summers, but his car's really beaten up too, up into P5. Now we actually just need to see where the 75 is. There he is. So I think as it all comes out, I think Ry Hayden might take the lead. He's actually gone out ahead of James Qualls. Now, this is a bit problematic here for Ry because he's trying to lap the 7 of Michael Norman, and Richard Johnson taking the high wide at turn 7. And that's going to allow James Qualls to get into this battle now too. Now, where is the 4 car? Is the 4 car still out ahead? Where's the 4 car? They're all coming out of the pit lane, so Ry Hayden is now into the lead of this race. After all the pit stops that have happened, Ry Hayden now has officially gotten hold of the lead of the race. Richard Johnson 2nd, James Qualls in 3rd, Trek Target is 4th. There's the lap car of Michael Norman is actually on the lead lap. He's now down to 5th place. My apologies. I thought they were putting a lap on Michael Norman. In fact, he's coming into the pits right now. So Michael Norman will surrender his 5th place there to, I believe that was Nico Ketchum. I'm trying to get to Nico Ketchum, but I can't because all the other cars are in the pit lane. Daniel Voiles is included in there too. And there he is there, yeah, Nico Ketchum, who was spun around in the early goings of this race, knows how to race on a road course. Don't forget, he nearly won at Papyrus, the other road course, before being tapped from the rear from Sam at Oskin. Those two lost momentum and through went Seth Cole to take the victory, basically at the start-finish line when the caution had came out. But give props here to Nico Ketchum. He could be a veteran on these road courses. And Levi McIntyre is down into 6th position. 7th is Dylan Pulte. He's running 2nd in the championship. Matt McLean in 8th. Fitzwater down in 9th. And Nick Gunther from 41st on the grid is up into a top 10 position. What a drive. Oh, the caution is out. Caution is out for the 3rd time today. And there is the pace car, and they've picked up the leaders. So let's see what happened to bring up the 3rd caution of the day. And here is the caution that brought out caution number 3. And it's into turn 1. As you can see, Charles Sanford and Chris Summers are going side by side. And Christian Martin just blatantly just spins out Charles Sanford. And that's a hard hit there with the big wall there. And yeah. There goes Danny Wells. He goes through. So did his RJ Bishop there. But that was unnecessarily there from them. Well, actually, the green flag is that. There we go. Now the caution had just come out there because Charles Sanford came back onto the track. So that is what happened to bring out caution number 3. And let's get back to the race. Well, unfortunately, there has been another stack up, and it's took it out probably a handful of drivers here, unfortunately. And it was all started going into turn 1 when Levi McIntyre, Dylan Pulte just drives into the back of the 22, and then Matt McLean just drove into the back of the 22, and then Zachary Fitzwater, the 55, gets collected. The 94's got some front end damage, then it just completely gets stacked up behind everyone. You can see Noah Cars has got a lot of front end damage. Cole Deaver, the 50's got damage. The 43, Joshua Collar, we ain't talked about him. There's a big hit there from the 27. It just completely all gets stacked up. Nathan Ormond, Trent Dunham, Wes McCall, the Stefan Papiez, RJ Bishop, Danny Wells, Brandon Disco, the points leader as well. Even the bigger hit from Jeremy Tackles. Look at that. Everyone all spun around. And it's absolute carnage there. And it's all because of a stack up all from the pace car. And it's going to take out a lot of drivers there after that accident, unfortunately. A lot of drivers. Really, really unfortunate situations there. It's going to take out a lot of folk. But I don't know about Jeremy Tackle's car is good enough to continue. That was a lot of damage there for the points leader. Let's get back to the green. I think we're actually coming back to the caution flag. But there seems to be a problem to Daniel Voiles. And this is such a shame because he's been racing. He's been inside the top 10 for pretty much the entirety of the race. And Friel goes over drivers. Yeah, I think there's a problem on Daniel Voiles' car. That is such a shame for Daniel because he was having such a great race. Like I said, he was inside the top 10 for the majority of the race. And it looks like there was a legitimate problem on the 36 car. Anyway, let's get back then up to the front. Ry Hayden leads. Richard Johnson 2nd. James Coles 3rd. 4th place is Trek Tolga. 5th is Nico Ketchum. Levi McIntyre in 6th, but he's got damage now. 7th is Dylan Pulte. 8th is Matt McLean. Zachary Fitzwater 9th. And the 10th place belongs to Nick Gunther. As we're back underway. And Richard Johnson just gets the power on and leads that lap. So Richard Johnson just got the perfect start and is past Ry Hayden and jumps into the lead of the race on lap 42 out of 50. Well, that was opportunistic driving there from Richard Johnson. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And Ry Hayden's not happy. He wants to lead back. Although he runs right out of the hairpin at turn 3. But holds on to it. James Coles didn't make a challenge. Oh, look at... Oh, and Richard Johnson's into the pits. Richard Johnson in the pits. So Richard Johnson, unfortunately, has just lost the lead, and Ry Hayden's got it back again. So Hayden leads yet again. 2nd is now James Qualls. Oh, and Dylan Young's been spun from the back, and Nathan Hudson had to go to the grass to avoid him. Let's just hope there that more cars are in the pits as well. Carson Gum. Looks like Dylan Young's car is looking okay. Currently sitting... Oh, and Jessica Shelton's gone off there, off of turn 2. She looks like she might have a flat tyre. Don't hit the barrier on the way back. Just misses it. So problems now for Jessica Shelton. Loads of drivers will have a lot of damage on their cars because of the stack-up what happened here. Jeremy Tackles there down in 34th position. I think he's running 3 laps down. Yeah, Nathan Hudson's on the lead lap. He's on lap 43. And Jeremy Tackles, the points leader's on lap 40. Now, further ahead, I see Stephen Colon and Michael Norman. I don't know if that's actually for position. Stephen's sitting 16th, Michael sitting in 26th, so they're not on the same lap. As I said, Noah Hart and Chris Summers, they're battling for position. This is for 12th place. And Danny Wells is also battling with Andy McCurdy. This is all battling, all for position. And we ain't talked about Joshua Collard as well. There he is, still running on the lead lap in 12th place. We ain't even talked about him. He started 36th. So a lot of drivers then working their way through the field quite beautifully, and Joshua's definitely one of them. Cole Diva sitting in 11th position. All the toils and trouble that Cole Diva had in the early goings on in the race, he is also trying for the top 10 as we're coming down with 6 more laps to go. Now then, we've got the 2 Andy Petrie teammates there battling hard for position. Cody Lammers and Nick Gunther. Who's looking more racy? The 33 or the 55? Oh, Dylan Pulte running a little wide off of turn number 3. May fall into the hands of Zachary Fitzwater. Couldn't capitalise on it. As meanwhile, Trek Torga and Nico Ketchum are battling side by side. This is for the 3rd position now. 16 on the inside of turn number 8. Can he get the job done into the hairpin? I think he's going to do it. Yep, Nico Ketchum goes into 3rd position as James Qualls thinks about looking on the inside for the lead back on Ray Hayden, but thinks better of it there. Now then, we are coming down then to the last 5 laps of the race, and James looks like he's got a faster car. He's just got to show that little bit of patience. He's just got to find an opening to get by the 75. And don't forget, the 75 did win a race not too long ago back at Michigan. He could be the first driver to win 2 races in the CCS. James Qualls only missed out on the win at Talladega at round number 10. He only missed out by 11 thousandths of a second. He's got another opportunity here to take a W. Oh, he is all over the back of the 88. He's all over the back of the 75. We need to have onboard replay onboard here with James Qualls as he goes to the inside into turn 1 on Ray Hayden. Oh, Wright gives him the room and sticks it into turn 2, which means he'll have the inside for the hairpin at turn 3. But Wright had the traction out of that turn. Has he got it? Has he got it? Is he clear? He's clear. He's sort of clear. He is clear. James Qualls leads this race again. He timed the pass to perfection, and he now is back again in the lead of the race. As we're coming up and then on 3 more laps to go. And Ryan looks like he seems to be struggling. That 16 car's coming too. Yeah, we've got 3 more laps to go. Now look at Nico. He's looking to the inside of the 75. Ryan gives him the space again. And you know, Nico's trying to do a carbon copy of what James Qualls did a lap ago. Wright tried to drive it deep into the hairpin, and he's not going to do it. He's going to lose another spot. So through into 2nd place now goes Nico Ketchum. Dylan Pulte side by side with Fitzwater. That is for 6th position. Matt McLean's also gone by too. Yeah, Matt McLean's up into 5th place. I've just noticed that there. But Pulte holds on to 6th place. 7th then holds on. And now into 8th place still goes Nick Gunther with Cody Lammers as teammate in 9th and Levi McIntyre completing the top 10. We've got 2 more laps to go. Cole Diva in 11th place. Then you've got 12th place then Joshua Collard, Noah Hart in 13th, Chris Summers in 14th, Anthony McCurdy in 15th place, and Danny Wells with a beaten up damaged car like everyone else has by the looks of it is in 16th place. Noah Cars, he's in the top 10 in the championship. He's in 16th. And there you can see the championship leader, Jeremy Tackles, now into 27th place. He was in the 30s, so he's gained at least some points. But he might lose out on the championship lead to possibly Dylan Pulte because he is battling in the 6th position. And anyway, James Qualls is going through turn 8 and he's going to get the white flag this time by... As we keep looking at the pace car, yeah, you can saw there, the white flag is out for James Qualls to get his first win of the season. He had a disappointing race at Kentucky. He finished in 37th place. He fell down to about 19th in the drivers' standings. But he's going to get back into the... Well, he's going to get close into the top 10 if he can hold on for just a few more corners. Nico is slightly catching, but I don't think he's got enough time, though. Anyway, it comes through turn 7, then goes James Qualls. Like I said, he narrowly missed out on the win at Talladega by 11 thousandths of a second. But that is now completely gone as he gets through the last turn completely fine. James Qualls wins round 15 at Old Spice. And Rai Hayden, I think, only just held on for third place because Trek Torga, if he had another lap in him, he could have made it past the 75. But again, another strong showing from Rai Hayden by finishing inside the top 5. And Matt McLean, a much needed result for him. He gets into 5th place and Dylan Pote gets 6th place. I think, by my calculations, he was sitting 2nd. He might have got the championship lead back again. May have to look at it when the points come up there. But congratulations then to James Qualls. He is the winner. 15 different winners in the 15 races here in the CCS. I hope you're enjoying the season as much as I am. But anyway, thank you for watching this race at Old Spice Speedway, or Raceway, sorry. Don't forget, give this race a thumbs up, and link will be in the Discord chat as well. As always, thank you again for watching us. Here is the official results and the points as we go into the last quarter of the championship, and we'll see you again next week at Talladega.